Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late April 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start this reading off with an oracle card just to take a little test of the energy. See what's going on for the lovely Virgo collective. My guide spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for Virgo in late April, please? And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card super quick, then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'm going to pull you a bonus card with the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what type of shadows might be around you or what shadow work you might want to lean into, which is always very interesting and intriguing. But let's get this reading underway. Let's get this started. What's up with Virgo, please? And this first card is always a nice little footnote to the whole reading. Okay, that card popped out. This is super etheric and dreamy and not very common in Virgo readings. I know that. But we'll talk about it and break it down because there's a lot going on here. Before we do, though, if you're new, I will be speaking about the April subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you're active on Twitter, my handle is @KyleofCups. Please feel free to shoot me a tweet sometime. But into the reading we go. You see this masked lady. There's hot air balloons. There's that beautiful sky and clouds behind her. There's some nonsensical things going on and happening. To me, this is very etheric, so it could speak about one's imagination, one's thought process, one's head. It can also be about dream states. So a lot of you might be having very vivid, interesting dreams. You might want to jot those down. I always say that when we get dreamy cards. But no, in the coming days and weeks, your mind might be a little more active than it normally is. If this is in regards to imagination, you might be feeling extra creative. You might need an outlet for that. So I would say just embrace that, right? If you're having creative ideas, good ideas, no matter what portion of life it's for, embrace the creativity and make it work for you. I would say this is a pretty good way to start off. So we're going to put that down there. We'll see if it ties into the reading itself, because like I said, it's only just a footnote, doesn't make or break the reading. But we're going to get you 3 tarot cards in the upright, then we'll intuitively clarify. So let's see what's up for the Virgo collective. My guides, talk to me. Now, the last 2 weeks, the readings were pretty superb. So even if you've been going through a tough time, there is that ambient, lovely, soft energy that could be around the Virgo collective. Now, of course, everyone has different placements and stuff like that, but last week's reading was titled Exciting News Incoming. The week before that was Big Win Incoming. So we've been having some positivity, which I really like. But you know, energies are always moving and shaking in different ways. We'll just take it in stride. What do we got here? Okay, we have the High Priestess. So talk about the etheric, right? The High Priestess in position number 1. This could speak about your intuition. It is also a card that could be about the unseen a little bit. We'll talk about it as we move through. Okay, we have the Fool card in position number 2. Interesting. Double major arcana to start. I'd be really considering a new journey of some sort. What do we got? Okay, so I just want to say this, Virgo, we have triple major arcana starting this off, okay, which is heavy, which is powerful. So there could be a lot of transformative energies, big archetypes going through your life, just all major arcana stacked up. So we're going to need to clarify it to get more of the juicy bits, but we're going to go through, I'll give you some of the classical meanings, and then we'll get into that, the intuitive. In position number 1, the High Priestess, that's water sign energy, so we have an interesting array of elements here. Now, the High Priestess, if it's not a water sign, like think Pisces or Cancer, this is about one's intuition. Now, there's other themes with this card. She's the matron of psychics, intuitives, the paranormal. A lot of you might be experiencing some paranormal things, but your gut might be telling you something, or you might need to listen to your gut and your intuition when a card like this shows up. She could also speak about hidden knowledge, esoteric knowledge, the unseen, things like that. There's very powerful energy contained within the High Priestess. Love it. Now, moving to the center, we have another intriguing energy. They're all playing off each other in a unique type of way. We have the Fool card in the center. This could represent a prominent Aries in your life. Now, if it's not a person that this card is representing, it's a jovial energy. This is a happy energy. So someone who might be a little cheery. Think of the beginning of a journey when we have the Fool. someone who's about to take their first steps, embark on something new. So there could be new opportunities coming your way, new vantage points, new ways of looking at things, but there is a warning within the Fool card about not doing anything too spontaneous, okay? Make sure you're doing things planned, because if you do too much spontaneity, that's when this Fool could walk off the cliff. Now, moving to the extreme back end, if you're a fan of tarot, you probably don't need an introduction to this card. We have the Hermit. Now, this is specifically important in a Virgo reading because this is one of your power cards. This is one of the cards that represent you. So I'll speak about the positives of this Hermit. Once again, it's tied in similarly to this High Priestess, where it could talk about esoterics, hidden meanings. This could be wisdom, someone who has a lot of mastery within themselves. But there are negatives to this card, just like with every other. This could be somebody who's a bit reclusive, somebody that's pulling back a little bit, someone who might feel a little isolated. You might be having communication issues when the Hermit shows up, but this is extremely spiritual on the extreme ends. Like the Hermit, High Priestess, very spiritual and powerful. And the fact that it's all major arcana thus far, like I said, heavy, powerful energies. For a portion of you, you might be going through the dark night of the soul when this Hermit shows up, or you may have recently been struggling with that. But with all that being said, we're going to dive deeper. We're going to jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for the lovely Virgos, please. My gods and spirits, going to talk to me. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research, rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on this High Priestess. Let's see what this intuition could be about. Okay, and I would also like to invite you to play along if you know how to read tarot, or if you're just learning. That's why the box is here. Whatever you're feeling off this spread, please feel free to drop it down below. I don't mind whatsoever. So let's go in on this High Priestess. Let's see why she's here for the Virgos. Thank you. Okay, we have the Seven of Cups showing up in reverse. Now, this to me, all right, if some of you were in a decision mode, or you feel like you have a lot of paths in front of you, this is somebody that already has their mind set up. That's what this is telling me intuitively. Now, this is another thing I'm catching here. You could be really trying to pull your head out of the clouds. Like I was saying in the very beginning with this, the imaginative, someone who's thinking more than usual. Some of you might be in the mode where you're trying to ground yourself, bring yourself down to earth, look at things logically. Okay, but for another portion of you, it's like two completely separate messages. If that's not you, you could just really be very stern in what direction you want to head in, what choice you want to make. You might be telling other people like, hey, I need to really make a tough decision here, but you kind of already know which route you're going to go. Like this doesn't feel like lack of options. This feels like someone who has their mind made up. So that's the vibe I'm catching here. Either somebody who has their mind made up, and you might have a feeling they do, or somebody that's trying to ground themselves back into reality and logic. Okay, that's just what I'm feeling here. Now, only take it if it applies, of course. Okay, but we're going to keep moving. That'll hit for who it hits. So let's see what's going on with this Fool card. And it's important to know that this could represent other people in your sphere of influence. It doesn't just have to be you. So why is this Fool card here for Virgo? I really want to get over to that Hermit since it's a card that represents you. Yeah, this is somebody who has their motors revved up. There could be some sort of big action taking place, okay? And it could happen like shockingly fast, like aggressively fast type of action. If things have felt like they've been stalling out for a while, or if you've been going through a lull in life. The Fool with the Knight of Swords, fire-air combination, you know how I feel about that. If this isn't an air sign individual, a new air sign individual entering your circle, I feel just like I want to use the word explosive action, or just very fast, sudden, like sudden action, something happening quick. So if you've been going through something that's like stalled out, or you feel like you're not making a lot of progress, you could see a lot of leaps and bounds in the coming days and weeks. Okay, that's just how this feels to me, specifically in the realm of new routes, new ventures. Okay, so we're going to go in on this Hermit, which I've been dying to get to since it popped out. Interesting stuff here, Virgo. I feel like we're getting a lot of different messages, so only take it how it hits for you. But let's go in on this Hermit, see what's going on. Why is the Hermit here for my friends? When we do our review. Thank you. Two of Swords. Yeah. Okay, I really don't, and like I've been saying with the High Priestess and the Hermit, there's still an air of mystery here with the Two of Swords in the upright under the Hermit. Now, I don't feel like this is confusion because like I said in the beginning, I feel like somebody knows which route they want to go. They know what options they want to take because that's what the Two of Swords could represent classically. So under this Hermit, I do feel like there could be unseen things happening around you or unexpected. Like I said in the center, we have something that's picking up a lot of steam really, really quick. So this could be like unexpected or sudden action being reiterated once again. Now, this on the extreme ends could be two people in different modes. We could have somebody who has like a lot of confusion, doesn't know what to do, doesn't know what route they want to go down, and somebody else who's like, no, this is what you need to do. So you might be giving somebody advice. Like if you know anybody that's going through a tough time, you might be trying to advise them. I'm picking up so many different things here, but I feel like this back end ties in with both portions of this spread. Okay, with the Two of Swords, because it's the unseen. Half of this spread with the High Priestess, the Hermit, and the Two of Swords are cards of the unseen. Okay, the unexpected. And just once again, I'm going to mention the paranormal activity. Even if you're not a big believer in that, you might have some paranormal experiences in this time. Okay, I don't want to ride on that message too much. But let's go through and do a quick little recap. And we'll see how it all pieces together before we get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, my friends, in position number 1, we have the High Priestess with the Seven of Cups in reverse. Like I said, this is somebody who's like, yeah, I'm deciding, I'm thinking it over, but they already know what they want. This is somebody who has their mind made up in what direction they want to go. For some of you, you might be trying to ground yourself or do a lot of grounding exercises to pull yourself out of the etheric, look at things logically and attached to the material. But moving to the center, we have the Fool card with the Knight of Swords. Like I said, very fast, sudden, possible even explosive type of action or something picking up a lot of steam, because right in the center, the Fool, the Knight of Swords, they're heavy movement cards and it's just coming on suddenly here. So if there's things that have been stalling for you, picking up steam. Moving to the very back end, we have the Hermit with the Two of Swords in the upright. The mysterious tie-ins, the supernatural tie-ins, the links to both of the things that came before it are showing up once again. So it could be the unexpected sudden action I was talking about. You might be giving people advice as well. But just know there might be more than meets the eye. There might be things going on around you that you don't quite see or know all the aspects about yet. But interesting stuff. I would encourage you to look into this spread further because there's a lot going on here. Please take a screenshot of that. And we're going to get into this. We're going to get you a shadow card, just one real quick to tie this reading up in a nice, neat little bow. So what's in the shadows for Virgo, my guides? Talk to me. And yes, we're using the Shadowland Tarot, which is an awesome deck for shadow work. So even if we get a positive card, we're going to look at the darker side of it. There's nothing wrong with that, nothing to be afraid of. So what's going on here? Thank you. Okay, yeah, interesting. We got the King of Pentacles here. So this could be a lot of different things. So I'm just going to run down the gamut. This is a card that can represent you, okay? Like a more evolved version of you. For some of you, this could be issues regarding older males, father figures, other earth signs that may have left a scar on you. So only take that if it hits. You might need to do some soul searching on that, like your connection with father figures or an older male figure. Now, the King of Pentacles, aside from that, is usually a very well-grounded, abundant type of individual. So the darker side of him could be somebody who's a little averse to change, somebody who's a little stubborn in their ways. So I would urge you in the coming days and weeks, be a little malleable, be a little flexible. Okay, if you're going through any issues, even if times are good, know that being malleable is okay sometimes, okay? Embrace change if it comes your way, especially with the spread we just saw. So Virgo, that's what I have for you this week, my beautiful friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the April subscriber surprise. For the April subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful, wonderful Everyday Witch Tarot. This is the deck that you see in my thumbnails. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are at this point. And second, let me know down in the comments what tarot card you associate yourself with. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I'll announce the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.